Good morning, all you cyberpunks out there, and welcome to the BCB Cyber Series that takes on the tech stocks that can provide the cyber fuel we need to pursue our digital wealth passions. Today we're tackling those big dividend payers that can add passive cash flow to our portfolios. As we dig for the cyber fuel we need, we are always working to make sure the best of the best, those monster companies in tech, can form a key portion of our balanced financial lives. For dividend payers, BCB Cyber is always looking for a forward annual dividend yield of over 3% as our key defining characteristic. Better yet, we are looking for great tech companies we can build on over time, delivering consistent value and technological prowess. Not to mention a little cash on the side. This week we're taking on a unique play in real estate with a technological twist. One of the biggest names in the biggest markets of real estate, Vornado Realty Trust, truly separates itself from the pack with a unique set of holdings that often emphasize bringing tech into daily life. Better yet, they do so with a current yield of 5.55%. Vornado is a best-in-class real estate company holding incredible assets in the cyberpunk corporate dominating landscapes of New York City, Chicago, and San Francisco. In doing so, Vornado holds real estate in the most desirable growth-centric areas around the country. Before we dive too deep, though, we strongly advocate that we don't ever act solely on anyone else's opinion, not even ours. Make sure we're all thinking for ourselves out there as self-definers and making our own decisions. In the end, the responsibility is on each one of us as individuals, so decide wisely. Jumping right in now, the BCB Cyber Way, we cover 3 quick pieces of information before we move on so we can get going in our day. First, we tackle the story to find out who and what the company is. Second, we look at both the numbers, positive and negative. And finally, we discuss our position on the stock. This is TS2B, Tech Stocks to Buy, Dividend Payer Edition. And this week we are going to take on Vornado Realty Trust. Again, that ticker is VNO. In the New York City real estate powerhouse is the leader in sustainable policy in this industry that has been on the New York Stock Exchange for nearly 60 years. Owning and operating over 23 million square feet of LEED certified buildings and receiving the Energy Star Partner of the Year award in Sustained Excellence for 2019. The story for Vornado Realty Trust is one built on growth in the strongest of urban markets in the United States with a commitment to sustainability and innovative technology in energy management. Technological advancement in sustainability has led us to a number of innovative features with this company for tenants, including web portal interfaces that allow for more direct and more accountable management of environmental systems. The ultimate goal being sustainable spaces through tech. Going the extra mile like no one else goes, Vornado Building Management Services, that's BMS, advertises that they hold more than 99% in terms of green certifications compared to industry peers. Our dedicated sustainability department, they say, with LEED AP O&M certified staff, proudly partners with leading green organizations to ensure that their BMS Green Clean program exceeds the industry standard. They at BMS say that they don't just talk the talk. BMS is a wholly owned subsidiary of VNO. Don't just rest on these laurels, though, because we see so many more here. In addition to this standard of the ultimate quality in product when it comes to real estate investment trusts, VNO integrates the latest in technological art experiences as a growth driver. The Mart space in Chicago is a new defining element in the world of urban architectural stylings, bringing the fusion of architectural art to digital art. Forms from renowned artists around the globe, this space is the largest permanent digital projection in the world. The best part of all this for us lowly investors, however, is the current price of the stock. As the man said, the time to buy is when there is blood in the streets. Perhaps there is no better personification of this in the markets today than compared to that of real estate in New York City. Embroiled in economic standoffs and current global health issues, real estate in this particular city bears the brunt of all these issues like few others, especially when it comes to real estate that deals with retail. These past few years, their stock price has taken a hit for this. We see nearly a 50% drop in the last 52 weeks. The time is definitely now, though, to look at this stock and consider buying, as insiders have already been buying up recently, and this stock is under the radar. Turning to those numbers now, we see that BCB Cyber does love to follow those 5 specific metrics: revenue growth, forward price earnings ratio, return on assets, operating margin, and debt considerations. In VNO, we see a fantastic real estate company with revenues hovering in that $2 billion range annually. A value proposition in the current forward PE of 34.36, while it may not seem like it compared to the broader market, generally around 22, within property managers alone is within range of their current 33.26%. And compared to itself, even more in particular, historically, this is a far better deal than what VNO was previously cost. The forward PE, in fact, was over 60 in December 2019. Even more significant is the fact that since we are talking real estate in prime markets with quality dividends, Another great metric to check out is price to book, with the most recent quarter of 1.26, representing a deep value to the current assets of this particular company when compared to itself last year as well. A solid to strong operating margin and a quality return on assets, given 2020 we've had, where markets have been incredibly tough at times on rents, particularly when it comes to real estate investment trusts dealing with retail. These are incredibly encouraging results for the last 12 months that we see here. The balance sheet also bears the need for a watchful eye, though, as the debt ratio is a bit high. Total cash in the most recent quarter coming in at $1.41 billion, and the total debt in the most recent quarter of $8.01 billion. Again, one to watch. However, when we do look at this stock, we do see that there is a balanced cash position with repayment of debts on par with past activity contributing to the current management of that debt and a solid ending cash position. In addition to our straight five, we've got a few extra this week. Analysts have also demonstrated an ebb and flow feel for this stock, but look to be turning bullish once again. Like we mentioned earlier, our time for investment may be waning. We see here more stock analysts getting on the strong buy to buy recommendation. Finally, as a dividend payer, BCB Cyber loves to see the over 3% forward annual dividend yield, and VNO currently had that 5.55% yield we talked about earlier. Their forward annual dividend yield, however, is 5.77%. Well worth a look. Flipping to the BCB Cyber Take now, we look at that snowflake analysis and we see that there is opportunity here, both in terms of that dividend and future potential. It is a healthy company moving forward with great properties. As of this morning, that is, as of this past Monday when the blog first posted, December 21st, 2020, our BCB Cyber portfolio had a position of 1.50% with an average cost of $34.29. That's $34.29. But with this morning's drop just now, that was at 7:12 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, to below $36, BCB Cyber was looking to buy again, and that we did this week. This is definitely a dividend pair worth buying at the right price, and one that BCB Cyber believes to be the right fuel for the fire. Remember, we are just like the masses out there struggling to make ends meet and build our own future. So we start building and we keep doing our homework. This is just what we need to start us on our journey towards cyberizing our lives. Remember to never place a market order out there, only go to the limit. Place those limit orders and never a market order get exactly the price we set for ourselves. Remember, as always, think for ourselves, do our own homework, and cyberize our lives with the best in disruptive tech. Learn more at bcbcyber.com in our wealth section and dive even deeper with establishing the baseline on learning all about how to cyberize your life through wealth.